Logging cafes. We go to restaurants, we go to cafes, we go to events. But again, in the future, when somebody asks, hey, you've been living in this town for however long, can you give me some restaurant recommendations or cafe recommendations? You go to your Google Maps and hope that you saved it in a list somewhere. But then they get a little bit more specific with the ask, saying, hey, can you give me recommendations for cafes where it's laptop friendly and I can take my dog? And at the time, you found it interesting that you were able to bring your dog to this very small cafe and open up your laptop and stay there for hours at a time. But now that information is gone. Again, this is just a way to log information, to retrieve it in the future in order to get to output. The output is the recommendation to a friend. The output is an article that you're writing at the end of the year saying, this is my favorite cafes in the area that I stay in. Or just trying new cafes and wanting a list of places that you can go back to. So we go to the walkthrough. Logging coffee shops, and all of these examples will be in the evergreen vault that is for sale. If you don't want to do this manually, if you don't want to pause and write the data view queries, you can buy this vault, which has all of these walkthroughs that we're going through. So for this one, logging coffee shops. And for logging coffee shops, meet Sunny. Sunny is a coffee lover. Her social interactions are tied with one golden thread: cafes. So she loves cafes. She wants to share her love of cafes with the world. So she needs to log it somewhere. A list simply won't do. A list, or just a normal notepad, or whatever other writing tool you have on your phone or computer, does not provide context. We want to provide context. So the context that we provide is through the log release system again. Log, relate, discover. We log it, and it goes into our system. That's the little bean. We relate it by assigning these hashtags, and that happens in our system as well. And we discover it again by pulling in these logs to MOCs with the help of data view queries. You do not need to be a programmer in order to use this. It's very simple. You just follow along with this tutorial. And finally, you use all that information that you logged, the accumulated information, the accumulated data, in order to provide an output. Now Sunny, she needs a template for this. And the template is stored in our log templates. And it looks something like this. We can assign it by log, coffee shop, experience. We have this TP file, cursor location. That's just a template plugin which you can activate through your hotkeys and just jump to next cursor location. And this is the hotkey that I assigned to you. If you're using Windows, you can assign your own hotkey. For Mac, which I recently moved over to, which I'm quite excited about, but it is some hurdles that I need to overcome with regards to some of the changes of the keyboard. But you can assign your own hotkey here to just jump to the next cursor location instead of clicking, and clicking. So we save this, and now she goes to cafes a lot. She starts her exploration. She goes to 2023-12-27, the 27th of December. And you can see she went to Deeconstruct Cafe for coffee. And if we go to that day, or open up the screenshot, now let's go to that day. We can see that I went to Deeconstruct for coffee this morning. Log, coffee shop. A log shows that you've done something. The experience was good. The location was Amsterdam. The feature was laptop friendly. So what would this look like if we were to log it now? We would say something, obviously it needs to be in a task format because that's how DataView pulls it in. So the task format is just this. And then you just open up your new template. And our new template is cafe or coffee shop. And log coffee shop. So the experience we had was good. We jumped to the next cursor location. The location Amsterdam. Jump to the next coast location. Feature, we said was laptop friendly. There we have exactly the same one, and we just say I went to, and then you can make it a permanent page if you know that you're going to go to this cafe a lot. Again, you can just put it as a permanent note. You don't need to create it yet. And then somewhere down the line, if this is the usual coffee shop that you go to, you can just create it, and then you have all the links. You can pull it into that permanent page, and you can pull in all these tasks or logs, and you can see how many times you went to Deeconstruct Cafe. It's quite powerful. So now we know how to create it using the templates. And if we go back to Sunny, so then we go to the 28th. We can see that at 7 a.m. I went to bad cafe where I had awful coffee. Don't go here again. And then the experience was bad location. So exactly the same logging that we've done. We can see in the 29th, I went back. That should be back, not bad. I went back to bad cafe. And it turns out I was sick yesterday with COVID, which meant I couldn't taste the coffee. I gave them another try, and their coffee actually tastes like something. And then log coffee shop, experience good, location Amsterdam, feature was dog friendly, meow. And then on 30th, went to Deeconstruct Cafe for 60 cups of coffee. So she's logged thousands of these logs that she went to, which is great. So how does Sunny revisit her logged visits, her logged coffee shops, the places that she went to? Well, she can find them on the Café homepage. And here we can just see that the data query pulls in every place that she has gone to for a cafe. And the way it does that is through a data query that says, pull in all tasks where I contains, and I contains, this I just means case insensitive. So where this task contains log coffee shop. And then we group by the file name and sort file name descending. So if we go to this Café homepage, we can see that here's all the logs. We have all the logs. And the data query just looks like this. Easy enough to follow along, quite simple. Now, sometimes Sunny comes across cafes she still wants to go to. So what does she do then in this workflow? Well, then she has another template that she uses. And that template just says intent to go. So if we go to the 27th, we can see that Cafe Exploring is a new coffee shop. So that's the name of the coffee shop. With a terrace, I still want to visit, and then type coffee shop, and then this intent to go means she hasn't done it yet. Same thing for the 28th. She went to Cafe More Exploration. Is a cafe someone mentioned in passing by. Apparently, it's the perfect laptop-friendly coffee place in town. And again, we have this intent to go. Now, where can she find these cafes that she still wants to go to? Again, at our Cafe homepage. So we have the cafe log, places she went. And we have cafes that she still wants to go to. Cafe More Exploration. Now, we've gone through the cafes that she, if we go to this, we've gone through the cafes that she has gone to through the log. And we've also gone through the coffee shops that she still wants to try to go. So how do we process the ones that she still wants to go to? Well, it's simple enough. We can just, if we go to Cafe More Exploration, just go to that one and change it. So we change it to intent to go. We can just take that away because that means it won't pop up in our cafe anymore. So now there's only one. So we see this one, Cafe More Exploration. Cafe More Exploration is not pulling up here, but we can enter another one of cafes that we logged, but it's not really necessary. We can say something like, once we've gone to it, we can say log coffee shop, and we can say what date we went to. So let's say we only got to it on New Year's Day. And we can see that this is a coffee shop that we wanted to try, and we finally went to it on that day. Maybe not the best way to do it, but it is a way. So there's a couple of ways to go through this process. You need to figure out which one works for you, but there's intent to go. I would say once you've logged it, you don't really need that information, meaning if you went for it, you can go back to that day, you can press exit, and then on the new day, let's say on today is the 18th, we create a new note, we go to log, and we say at 8 a.m. we went to log coffee shop template, and experience was good. The location, Amsterdam, of course, Amsterdam, and feature dog friendly. And this was Café, more exploration. So then we know that we've gone there. And if we want to create this one, we can. So now we want to pull in the data view queries where we can actually see the first time we have logged Café More Exploration, and also where we can see how many times we have gone. So there's going to be a data view query, and it's going to be something similar to our people template. So person template, we can see that we have this data view query. And this data view query just says, give me a tasks where it contains text this file name, so this specific file name. So if we go to Café More Exploration and we paste this, and we can even say I contains, just make it case insensitive. Let's see what it returns. So there we go. So now we have everything that we need. So if you look at this, we have gone through everything. We've inputted it, even the ones that we still want to go to. We have created an MOC where we pull in the data view queries, and then the output, you can obviously see that the best cafes of 2023. You can just go to your Café homepage and you can see your Café log. You can see all your reviews. And then if you really want to, you can add conditions. You can say, and you just type it. You can say where that it contains, and let's just say experience good. And now with this data view query, you'll only retrieve the cafe shops or coffee shops where it was good. Or you can say experience bad. And you can only see the ones that's returned where the cafe was awful, the cafe latte. So you can see there's a lot of flexibility with data view queries, and that makes it easier for us to create outputs. So outputs go into a dog-friendly cafe, so you can quickly filter or change the data view query or add a data view query to search for all the cafes that you went to that's dog-friendly. Or the output is just trying new cafes. You come across when somebody mentions a coffee shop, you can just pull up that information at a later stage when you want to go to it. And then you can also write an article, Best Cafes of 2023. So if we go to Obsidian Home, we go to our coffee shops, you can see that she's quite happy. We've gone through everything, we've gone through the workflow, we've gone through the process. I'm hoping that you are getting a little bit sick of the same thing that we're doing with all of these videos, but it's important to drive it home because you can implement this with anything. So this is a stupid example. You wouldn't always want to remember all the cafes that you went to, but we're building up in order to get to project management. Not just project management in the sense of business, personal project management. We need these tools in order for that specific video to make sense. And we're going to drive this home. So bear with me.